Good evening and welcome, everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have... That's you, Eldridge. You're up.
Hi. Sorry, I didn't realize. I figured that the people that actually do streaming would go first. Hi, I'm Eldridge. Nice to meet y'all.
Welcome. You have now been successfully hazed. There is a tradition on this channel that we we never tell the new person streaming how introductions go. We never do. And the way it is I point to my right. It doesn't matter if the camera's flipped. It doesn't matter if it looks like you're to the right of me. To you, it's just whoever's there. When we were in the studio, it was whoever was to my right, because I would always do the intro. So yeah, congratulations, welcome. You're now an official part of Rep. I know it's happened to Blondie. I don't think it's happened to Mags, but it will during some game. They'll run into it and they'll forget, and that's how it will go. So welcome. Who are you playing? What are you playing today?
I am playing a character, Nox. He is a nomad.
Very cool.
And
I'm Blondie, and I'm playing Lynx, the rocker boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mags, and I am playing Raster, the fixer.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super glad to have you guys here. Thank you for sticking with us, even though we got a little bit of a late start. So, one of the things, like I was talking about last week, that we are excited to be able to do is to bring in some guests, some stars, some other friends of the channel as we do different missions. So, we are going to jump into our adventure here in just a moment, but we do want to take a quick second and say thank you, one, for being here. Two, if you have the chance and you haven't had the opportunity to go check out Pixie's Kickstarter, which is successfully funded. They're working on stretch goals now. It's a brand new RPG system based on and set in her Mapweaver Chronicles world, which is really a good time. So I don't think there's a command for that. Well, she fights with that. That is right there for us. You guys are welcome to chat to us in the chat the entire time. It is an RPG, but we are in the future. So your messages, while perhaps completely unrelated, are canonically visible to everyone in the game. Does it make sense? No. Do I care? No. That's what we're doing.
I imagine it's like a social media feed.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I don't know what most Twitter things are about at all. So it's as much white noise as anything else. So, yeah, I am on board with that. The other thing I want to take a quick moment before we get into the action tonight is this is a adult content show. It is a role-playing game. We will, throughout the series, be dealing with a variety of topics that may upset or cause I don't know, flashbacks, triggers, things like that. Those include, but are not limited to, loss of free will, dealing in Cyberpunk, the loss of a soul, mind control, all of those sorts of traumas. There's an element of body horror and body modification that is a large portion of it. Corporate greed and exploitation is also a large portion of it. Sex work is a large part of the setting. We at the channel do not condone or attempt to glamorize any form of abuse at all. So, want to say that up front. That is not the point of including any of these things. The idea is to be able to explore them and rage against that machine when we have this opportunity. So, in that vein, if you are ever uncomfortable as a viewer, please take a moment. Go get some water. Let us know in the chat. Take a breather. You are A-okay. Any of the players, if you guys start to get uncomfortable with the direction the scene is going, you are welcome to give me the hand-wavy TIE fighter. And if you want to stop and ask at that point, if a direction I am going, or if you have a concern, I'm happy to hear it. Also, if you are ever just need to stop, you can put up a great big X, ask me to stop. I will stop immediately. We will change scenes. I will ask you what about the scene you were not comfortable with, so that I do not start there again. That is the only reason I ask. There is no wrong answer. There is no wrong reason to stop a scene. If you are uncomfortable and you would like it to end, that is reason enough. So that's why I ask. There will be no shaming or anything along those lines. But I know my dumb ass. If somebody ever read cards and I'd be like, oh good, we're going to start in the spider cave again. It was like, no, it was the spiders the whole time. I was like, well, I fucked that up. So that is for me. Are there any other questions or thoughts or feelings you guys would like to take a moment to voice before we jump into the adventure?
I'm good.
Cool. Fantastic. So, let us begin. It is the year 2088, and our adventure takes place in Night City, one of the free cities in the free state of California, a place that was founded on a idea of corporate control and liberty, and the idea that from here anyone could accomplish their dreams and their goals. It is a city of exploitation. It's a city of microtransactions, of a city of danger and gangs, as well as operatives, spies, and executives. It's a place where people live because they have nowhere else to go. Outside the city, the world has suffered from a number of ecological disasters, number of wars, and economical struggle and strife. And over the past 50, 60 years, there has been a revolution of technology, a revolution of biomechanics, of cyberware, and there's been an emerging group of people that live on the very edge of that society, always willing to push things a little further, willing to embrace the developing world, willing to stand up and fight and argue and laugh in the face of those with power. Unfortunately, these edge runners also have a difficult time, eating and finding safe places to live and all of that sort of stuff. And we join our team in having just failed a recent run. You guys have. We're gonna jump ahead. Don't think we need to pick up the next day. We'll say we'll move 3 or 4 days ahead. Do you remember your contact that had put you up to the job?
Senator Thomas?
Yes, I believe so. Senator Thomas.
Senator Thomas.
Yep. And you guys had been hired to gather information on Congressman
Ramirez.
There we go. Great. It is important, and I know Kat was your note taker and she's not here tonight. It is important for you guys to remember who NPCs are, because I famously will not. So if I tell you a name, it's up to you to remember it or making up a new one.
I wrote down one thing.
Hey, that's what I needed you to write down. So with Senator Thomas, you guys have put together a couple of things here. Raster, you're the fixer. You know this client, right? You don't know exactly what information or exactly why, and it's usually better for you not to know those sorts of things. But you do know probably two very specific ideas. One, the failed run puts Senator Thomas in a very precarious place. The fact that you guys are able to pinpoint him or put this on him is a danger to him, and you have not been paid or made any money from it. So the usual security of business transaction and reputation and all of those sorts of things is a little out the window at this point for you guys, right? The reason you can piece together that he hasn't made some sort of move against you, creating, a hit or paid you off or something like that, is the idea that you can find and identify the other team of runners, and more importantly, who employed them. So this is the big goal that you guys have for the evening. I don't know, till you do it or don't. It's up to you. We are going to take a quick moment though, and we are going to say that your Eldritch, what is your character's name?
Nox.
Nox. All right. Yeah, always helpful.
KN0X.
Got it. Yes. Got to include a 0 in there. I wouldn't accept it if it didn't have a 0. Nox is a nomad. Nomads are caravan runners. They live outside of most cities. They live in the deserts throughout the western part of the United States, and even through the central portion of the Great Plains, where a lot of the vegetation and things now are biologically designed and kept, mostly by biotech is the actual name of the corporation. That is correct, mate. You are correct. So when you need a runner, when you need a car, when you need something transported across cities where a lot of the highways and roadways, the infrastructure of the U.S. has been destroyed throughout the decades, that's where nomads come in. They also are very good just wheelmen in general. You've reached out to Nox specifically because the massive sniper rifle that you guys had encountered, that sniper drone, Thomas has tipped you off, came into the city recently. It's from Militech, and so you have a few venues here. We're going to introduce Nox. You guys are in your warehouse. You have your variety of stations and entertainment things, but this is where you guys can pick up from and try to hunt down these answers in a variety of ways. Nox, would you mind telling us what your character looks like?
Nox is roughly about 5'9", 5'10", little kind of like myself, a little bit of a neck strap beard, a little bit heavier set person. Mm-hmm. Kind of like walks with like a little bit of like one leg is like better than the other. He kind of like stumbles a little bit.
Okay.
He is wearing like what I have, this red jacket. It's got the little spikes on the shoulders. Immediately you can see like on one hip he has a very large handgun, and strapped to his back he has what looks like a makeshift blade, a big sword.
Very cool.
And
Fancy.
that's what he looks like walking.
Nice.
In.
Awesome. It is just past midday. You guys are here in the warehouse. Ladies, would you like to describe your characters, and you guys can take off?
Sure.
Okay, Rast.
Raster is at her workbench. Sort of as a nervous habit. fooling around with one of the tools at her workbench. Not her most prized possession, because she doesn't touch that hardly. But it's just a nervous tick that she has while she's trying to work stuff out. She's got all of she's basically on her workbench, which is a screen, going through the original plan and what actually happened and trying to pinpoint based on what Lynx and Maggot have told her.
And Lynx is at probably slightly annoying Raster a little bit because she's blasting some music and working on a little side art project that she was doing for her little, to get her mind off of how shit the last job went.
So this is the scene you walk into, Nox.
Alright, which one of you decided to hire me?
Yeah, that'd be me.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm
Nice.
Nox.
Nice to meet you, Nox. I'm Raster. We've communicated before. We need your help. I don't love admitting that. I barely love working on a team, but we're doing okay. Rather, we should be. Very soon. So, what services can you provide beyond what we've already discussed?
Well, I can drive. I can hit things pretty good. Shoot things okay. I'm kind of all arounder mostly.
You also have connections with the nomad families coming in and out of Night City.
Yeah, I also have pretty good family ties with like the ability with other nomads nearby that keep coming in and out. So I can help you move things.
It's likely that you probably know distant relations of mine then.
Maybe
Moving
my music. I turned down my music so I can listen.
Lynx,
Maybe.
get
I don't
down
know
here.
any Names.
Oh, okay.
We got a guest.
Put down my stuff, bust open my curtains, all dramatic like, and slowly walk down the stairs.
It involves
Hello.
you too.
Greetings.
And I walk right up to him and I'm like, I'm Lynx.
Nice to meet you. And he would shake your hand.
Not sure if you remember all of what we discussed, but essentially, we need information. We need information on who fucked up our job. People were there that weren't supposed to be there. And I want money.
Well, don't we all?
I want money more than most. Not only do I need it for everything, but I have these two.
And we're kind of
Right.
running out of food.
Yeah.
Oh, that would. Yeah. I mean, I have a synthetic granola bar. Would you like one?
I'm thank you, but no.
I'm good for now.
All right, more for me.
The anger fuels me right now, and that's fine.
You
Essentially,
really should talk that out. That's not good to hold on to.
She's not much of a talker.
only business. Only
That's
business.
fair.
It's okay.
Enough.
She's affectionate in other ways.
Mm.
I put my arm around you. I'm like, aren't you?
Take it off and just like, sure.
I see. All right.
So Nox, you said you have a vehicle and
Yes,
you're good at moving stuff. We have, well, actually, Lynx, you're the one who saw most of it. Tell him about this sniper.
There was a massive, like not a person could hold it, sniper rifle on a drone, like a platform. It had like legs.
Yeah. All right. So
it was
next
huge.
type thing, yeah.
Hold on. Can I pull up that picture I took
Yeah, absolutely.
and display it for him?
Yeah,
That thing.
She
All
puts it
right.
up on one of the central. There's sort of a pillar that drops down that shares. It can do sort of 3D holographic things, but the screen opens up and it's pretty life sized. And this thing has a base and platform that the legs stretch out, four legs, kind of on a pillar, and they stretch out about 6 feet from end to end. It looks like it is like they have hinges, they have joints, they're mobile. It's able to kind of locomote there. But the massive sort of railgun sniper rifle that is on it is probably. I mean it's probably like 5.5, 5 feet in length. Packed up, like if this all sort of folded up together, it would be standing upright, maybe the size of like a coffin, or I'm trying to think of what a big refrigerator, like if it was all packed together, to give you kind of a reference as far as like size. So this is a very distinct package, and it's also something that would need either probably some sort of 18-wheeler or heavy truck. This isn't just like a normal small runner job. Like this would come in on a caravan. There are no markings that identify it as who made it or where it comes from, but it is definitely military tech and definitely high-end military weaponry.
Alright, well that thing looks like a nightmare to get shot by.
Shot at
Are
us.
you...
It wasn't fun.
Oh, no, I can't imagine it would be. That, you still got all your bits?
Yeah,
Two of
Alright.
us do at
all of
least.
it.
Oh. Well, condolences to whoever lost it, Angle.
No, fuck that guy.
Alright. That's fair. Something that big going to... And it's just the one? There weren't more than just that?
Just one. Well, there were 3 drones, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Regular standard,
Alright.
any regular job.
And just to clarify, you don't have that, right?
which
You know how much I could sell that for parts?
I'm
you
just
know how
thinking
much I
about
could
what it
shoot
do.
with that?
I'm in the airboat. I was thinking it'd be strapped to the back of a truck. That'd be amazing.
Could you imagine?
I can. That would
I
be.
just imagine the money, but you know.
That
I
would
mean,
Comes
it
to
would
comes
make
off.
caravan runs a lot safer. All right. What do you want me to tell you about it? It's military grade. It's expensive. Probably came in on something like a semi or something, maybe a bit bigger.
We want to know the maker and see if we can't trace back who might have purchased, manufactured, shipped it.
According to Thomas, the manufacturer is Militech.
A Militech. That's right.
But if you know how it came in or who brought it in, they might be able to tell you who they brought it in for.
Okay. Definitely need to know who brought it.
I could, yeah, that's a potentiality. Depends. It could have been other fella nomads. It could have been more militarized. That's though if they didn't want it to be found, probably nomads. Give it the fact that I don't see any identification markers on it. That would be something you wouldn't want to move out in the open when others could easily find it. And most nomads, we don't usually keep record. At least I don't. It's easier to forget the bad things you do.
Make me, Nox, make me a intelligence check.
All right.
Either local expertise or history, if that exists.
Let's see here. Local expertise.
It's in the middle column as local expertise.
There it is. That for me is a +7. Which
That's
to an 11.
An 11? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't know how or when it came in, but you know that it was either one of two families, right? And there's usually a kind of once a month they families, to keep things copacetic, they kind of get together and have like a big like biker rally family barbecue sort of thing out in the desert. It's coming up in a couple of days. If you wanted to ask questions of nomads to find out who or when it came in, that would be a great opportunity to talk to them.
Alright, so given size, deadliness from your accounts, it could potentially be maybe one of two families that brought it in. Getting a hold of them normally a little bit rough. But lucky for you, in a few days, most of us nomads have like a family sit down, get together, basically to make sure that everything is fine between all of us. But also to like party. That's coming up in a couple of days. If I could see if I could squeeze you in there to see if we could ask around.
Hell yeah. Party?
Yeah, do you like the desert? There's going to be a lot of sand.
Oh, it's a little sand.
What
And
about you?
Raster just has this look on her face because she grew up in the ruins. She's not necessarily looking forward to going back. She built her way out of that. But she knows, like, oh, family trauma. We love it. We love childhood trauma being brought back up. She just... It'll do. But I've seen too much sand in my life.
Well, that's a shame, because there's going to be a lot of sand. So, hopefully, it's easy fix. Hopefully, we're in and out.
Fuck me then. So, yeah. Deal with it.
We'll be fine. It's a party.
It kinda, yeah, it's like something, it's like a biker rally, kind of like they used to do. But, you know, everyone shows up with all the new stuff, everyone shows off the new tech, and some of them are like, hey, look at what I scavenged, and it's a good time. Lots of booze.
Dancing?
Yes.
From time to time, yes.
So you have your initial plan. You've got 2 days if there's anything else you want to run down in the interim, or any preparation you guys would like to make for this event.
Raster is going to make sure everything's 100%. And basically is having to coach herself while she has like time in her little enclosure. Like she's not looking forward to seeing family, cousins, anybody, childhood, old childhood friend turn sour. And definitely not looking forward to the rival biker gangs, since one of them is her family. So she's getting prepped and packed up before anything and everything happens because inevitably shit's gonna hit the fan, but she knows she looks a lot different, so she's hoping that helps.
Okay, sounds good.
I
Go ahead.
I forgot that my childhood environment was also the ruins. So samesies, but Lynx just doesn't talk about it ever, so no one really knows. So we're gonna roll with that.
There you go.
Oh no.
There are many ruins. That you're not all from the same ruins, and
I'm scared.
and they're not all, and it's not always the same same nomad families, right? They're called families, but they are more like gangs, or like loose associations, right?
My family background is gang or family.
There you go. Cool.
Do you all have a ride, or do I have to pick you up and take you?
Knox, you're going to pick them up and take them. I'm just going to go ahead and
Okay.
skip that conversation right there. I appreciate it very much. Yep. So, here is the question for Raster and for Lynx. You guys are going out to this festival. You have some familiarity with it from both of your backgrounds, and you guys are you have your own anxieties about being out there. Are you going, how are you presenting yourselves as you go? Are you going to try to blend in with them? Are you going to stand out as being from the city? You're going to keep your current look? Are you going to, talk to me about that. Talk to me about
I'm gonna do half
the
and half.
fashion. All right, let's hear it.
Half and half. Going to have a city elements just again to show that like I'm different, I'm better, I'm smarter. That's very much so Raster because she grew out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's little hints of things here and there, like you always go back to your roots in some capacity.
Yeah.
But she knows that she's smart and she's a business person. She knows she has to have some sort of vibe and rapport established with them.
Okay, sounds good.
Lynx is going to be even flashier. She's gonna ditch her bag lady jacket
Okay.
and she's gonna put on a very vibrant, like highlighter yellow,
Mm-hmm.
like a crop. And it's got like buckles and chains and shit, and it's very bright. And she's like, "Nope, we are going strong."
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Her pants are like bright pink, like she is a beacon.
I adore it. But fashion style is modern city, right? You're not dressing for the
Nope.
Mad
Doesn't
Max
clash.
countryside.
No.
All right, sounds good. I'm trying to see if there's a disguise check or something along those lines. Just to...
There's wardrobe and style.
Yeah, roll me a wardrobe and style. Absolutely.
Where's that?
It's under
It's
social
in
skills at the
social.
bottom. It's cool.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that should be something we roll every day. Just wake up and you have to roll wardrobe and style.
That would be,
got-
I mean,
16.
All right, nice.
nice. How many do I roll again?
It's 1d10
Okay.
plus
No.
your skill level plus your style or your stat.
11.
11. All right. Nox, if you want to roll wardrobe and style, you're welcome to. It is
Sure.
It is a party. Why not? Let's all look good.
How fancy do you get for this gathering?
16.
There you go.
8 plus 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ew.
You go driving out into the Mesa Desert of California, Nevada, right in those directions. I don't know exactly where Night City is, so we don't know exactly where you're going. It takes you a couple of hours to get out there, and on the way you come rolling through a couple of the larger hills, the foothills, sort of from the Rockies that spread out miles and miles far from them. And in the distance, you can see the plumes of white smoke that you all recognize from childhood and from life. These are massive, like cooking fires, festival fires. That's the first thing you see, and that is like on the horizon, right? As you guys come closer, you're seeing some of the large trucks and some of the built-out off-road vehicles. Nomads are famous for their customized vehicles, for their penchant for them, for their skills as drivers, right? The music also hits you very early. Even in a lot of nomads have sort of fully like insulated, even if they're kind of dune buggy cars, and the music begins to hit. There are people, as soon as you get kind of to the big entrance of it, and the entrance is just this large sort of rock outcropping that forms this makeshift like gate, and behind there you're able to catch some shade in the morning and in the evening as these couple of rocks sort of jut up out of the ground. The other side is just sort of wide open spaces, but there's this main thoroughfare that you immediately see, and here is a makeshift city of RVs, of old derelict cars and vehicles that some have been crushed, some of them have been scavenged, some are stacked on top of each other to make the walls of this tavern and saloon. There are people walking that are stripped down in the middle of the day to endure the heat as best as possible. There's a lot of beads and dreadlocks and leather. There's gears. All of the stylings and fashion of it is very motocross, Mad Max sort of things. There are these pop-up yurts and buildings. You can see people cooking everywhere. The music is wired throughout the place, where all of the cars that are coming through are picking up the signal and sort of mixing and playing all either the same music. You can hear occasionally somebody try to like override the signal, and you know, people sort of start throwing bottles at them and booing and things like that. It's very much a rock and roll sort of red rock and soul kind of festival that is happening. Many of the nomads that are out here, their cyberware it usually goes one of two ways. It's usually very much eyes and ears focused, very sensory focused. But occasionally there are some outliers that have very obvious leg cybernetics that would help them run alongside a car, or they have sort of these gaudy large like wheels that sit where their calves should be and can kind of, you know, jut down, and they skate around. There are these large like smoke displays of colored festival smoke, and all down this thoroughfare, pretty much in front of every camper, in front of every RV, is the like showpiece vehicle of that actual family, right? Not the larger family term. and so it's one part music festival, it's one part Mad Max, it's one part food festival, and it's one part like car rally. And what adds to the entirety of it is back off past the stage where a ton of people have gathered. There's this makeshift sort of stadium that people are sitting like on top of the roofs of RVs and things like that. And there is a demolition derby going on as you can hear the loud like roar, the rip of diesel and old gasoline engines. Everything has been converted to CHOOH, which is a clean burning fuel that exists for Cyberpunk. Don't know why, but it does. So this is the world that you guys have come back to, have walked into. Knox, you go you drive part of the way down the thoroughfare. Everybody not everybody, a lot of people recognize your vehicle. There are friends sort of stopping by the window to, high five you. One of them gives you a beer. A few friends that walk by just, yell out your name and sort of Knox is here, and like, woo, right? Everybody sort of gives that, and you get back to your place in the family, and you go ahead and line up your car. It's not a show vehicle, but there's spaces for all of them. It's the desert. And you guys step out into this very different world than Night City. What time would you guys like to have arrived?
Knox would have left that up to you two, because he's dragging you both out there.
Probably like just before sunset.
Perfect. Just before sunset. Shadows are casting from the rocks down out around there. And what would you guys like to do?
All right, welcome to the party.
You're a popular guy.
Only the people I know.
Okay.
Now, we can immediately start, or you can take a bit to relax. Which would you prefer?
Food.
Food?
That
Food
can be
sounds
arranged.
good. Much as
Maybe we
I
can
hate
do
to
that.
admit it. Business
you
is
need to
important. Yeah, I know. Business is important, but I really need to eat.
All right, come on. I'm just gonna drag him over to where I'm assuming there's like grill pits or
Yeah,
things
there's
of the like.
there's absolutely a ton of them. There's one kind of not far off down one of the roads. Sort of, there's these little like intersections. You hit the corner. It has a fantastic fragrance. You can smell Knox. Well, actually, all of you kind of have probably had this history at some point. There's a lot of like large iguana meat, and they sort of wrap it in cactus plats and season those and like cook it in that. It's one of the few unprocessed foods that that anyone eats these days. 99% of all food, even for nomads, comes from biotech farms, right? So there's this, and then there are other like traditionally grown biotech grown foods that are it's all being cooked open fire, all being grilled. And as you guys come up, there's this makeshift bar that has been created by like the bed of a truck, and there's stools lined up, and one of the guys who is mostly shirtless, like he's got the thinnest. They're more like suspenders, but you realize it's supposed to be a vest, a like leather vest. He's bartending. Head cut real short. He's painted. all sorts of like blues and reds that are probably not all his handprints that are all over him. Svelte cut, like he's very pretty, especially for a nomad. But he's also very dirty at this point. And he comes over and he's very tan, sort of. All right, friends, ladies, what can I get for you?
First, can I put a handprint on you?
I would be upset if you didn't. And
oh my gosh. I
He,
pull out a paint can.
like he had turned to like go reach and get the paint, but you
Oh,
have
okay.
one, and he's like, yeah, absolutely, let's do this.
I spray my hand
Uh-huh.
and I put it right on his chest.
Oh yeah, and he'll do the pec flex, the what is?
Terry Crews.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the Terry Crews pec dance. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. And when he does, like, he has clearly like a cheering section that have been drinking since 7 a.m. and they start like hammering the table in rhythm, and men, women, everything between and beyond. They're hooting, they're hollering, they're having a great time. And he goes, yeah, oh, that's very good, great placement.
It's bright pink. It does not match any of the other colors.
He doesn't hesitate or blink at it. He's just like, yeah, 100%, let's do this.
Oh, awesome.
Look at
You
that,
wanna do it,
fitting in
Master?
already.
I'm good on the paint, but
Shake my hand.
I'm good on the paint, thank you. And she sort of steels herself, and knowing that there's a particular particular set of drinks that are usually at these things.
Yeah.
She orders a particular one, so that way, little liquid courage never hurt anybody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And because she's really fucking fighting herself in the back of her mind, and just like, I don't want Lynx to give me more shit. I already have a hard time dealing with her and Maggot, and definitely don't want all of that getting back to Maggot,
Oh yeah. Of course not.
because she's just going to continuously give me shit. So,
Look at you. I'll have one of those too.
Great. So you order the local drink, and whatever sort of version that is. Yeah. So yeah, local drink is a we're gonna call it a Scotch, an open desert sort of Scotch whiskey that is agave sweetened and hit with a splash of like a citrus energy sort of drink.
5-hour energy.
Yeah, but so it's called 2 Up, because it keeps you 2 up, and people, when they come here, they want to be up for the whole thing, right? Like it's an all day, all night
They want to be
party.
2 up.
Yep, you gotta be 2 up. So yeah, he'll line up a couple of them, and he sets them out for you. The glasses are hilariously large, and sort of novelty, like gear shifts, kind of like on the sides. These weird sort of glass blown monstrosities that instead of like horns and stuff like that, they have like weird car parts, fender parts, sort of welded or melted onto them with the glass. You probably have seen these sort of things before, but they are not quite like pitch. They're almost pitcher sized, basically. And so, yeah, he puts 2 down for them. Looks over at Knox, seeing what he would like.
About the same thing. We might as well stay up all night, right?
That's when everything.
Yes.
That's when all the goodness starts.
Hell yes.
Yeah. So he's he goes in the back, pops another lid off of a whiskey barrel. Like they're not even like it's not a tapped whiskey barrel. It's just a brine barrel that has the lid popped off that he's just scooping scotch out of scotch whiskey, and he's got a little soda gun kind of set up for the rest of it, and yeah, he pours it. He'll drop it down. Eddies aren't traded out here. So normal money doesn't go. There's no Apple Pay. There's no Google Pay out here. It's everything is bought and sold in caps and car parts. So you would have known that and it's more of a trade barter system. Like nobody's making money here for anything. He doesn't even worry about charging you initially. He gets distracted by another patron, and so he kind of moves over in that direction.
Nox still puts down probably just a couple spark plugs.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I put down a few things and immediately begin to chug half of the pitcher.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's strong. You are familiar with it. Why don't you make me? I'll give you an advantage die. Make me the resist torture and drugs test.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at Raster like, damn. You're like,
Yeah.
let me join you.
You can make it as well. If you're trying to keep up with
Don't
her,
leave me
you
behind.
definitely need. Yeah, absolutely. Then you have to. 100%.
9.
Okay.
And it's shit. Where was that at?
I mean, it's definitely uncharacteristic of what Lynx and both Lynx and Maggot have known of Raster. But it's definitely a matter of hey, I need to make friends and impress people for business terms. Also, I need to steal myself.
That's at it again.
I know. I'll be back in my room eventually and not my office.
I got a 10.
The cat's the star of the show. If you're not here and if the cat's not here, I don't know what we're gonna do to entertain people. 9 out of 10
at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's not against TOS, I can always chug a beer. Shotgun, yeah.
So it is not at this point. If you want to, I will not stop you.
No, I don't actually have any right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Got our hopes up.
Right? Teasing. Cats are more important than RPGs. You're right, Pestilence. So it hits a little harder and a little faster than you remember, right? You are familiar with this. You are also hoping for it to loosen you up a bit, and so yeah, the burn is good as soon as you stop drinking it. There's definitely that hot whiskey scotch sort of burn that kind of pours from your lips down into the heart of your stomach and chest, and definitely stretches out, down your limbs. A light sort of a tingle, and you definitely start to sweat a little bit, not only from the heat, but the immediate kind of dehydration that you just hammered sugar and alcohol, which is also sugar, just fast. Yeah.
Also, it is legal to drink on Twitch as long as you are the legal drinking age, but do not do it dangerously. I
Yes.
Googled that just for you.
There you go.
You're amazing.
Once upon a time, it was very terms of service against, but you are A-okay, and we are an adult 18 plus only stream. So
Perfect.
It's okay. I'll drink for you. So I
there
got
you
this.
go. I also love that your blur the background filter, you held it up and it blurred it, and I was like, yeah, perfect.
Censored.
There you go.
Not a sponsored stream.
100%. Yeah. Absolutely.
Responsible.
Yeah. I love that. That's almost as good as I went and bought like that was that Liquid Death, the can of
I
water.
love that stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
I bought one at the gas station, and he was like, "Do you want a bag for that?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "You're just gonna walk around drinking that?" I was like, "Yeah,
I feel like it'd be more
Sparkling
suspicious
water.
than a bag.
yeah." And I was like,
Because
"It's
it looks like a Bud Light can.
it's water," and he goes, oh, like it like broke his brain for a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, like because I opened it, I was starting to drink. Like, no, I'm gonna drink it while I drive. Like, I apparently just told this man, like, yeah, I'm getting ready to kill myself and other people today with some terrible behavior. And he was like, I need to stop him. I need to tell somebody. It's like, no, it's water. It's okay. Everybody's all right. It's like, oh,
I used to work. So quick little sidebar.
Go ahead.
Record it. I used to work at a metal shop and cut metal for airplanes, and I had a Liquid Death can sitting on my lathe, and my boss came over and freaked out at me because she thought I was drinking beer.
Oh, jeez.
She's like, "Are
Fan.
you trying to kill yourself?" I'm like, "No, it's just water."
I love that.
you are so you are enjoying your drinks for a moment. Raster, you get a quarter halfway. Are you just gonna try to finish this whole pitcher, or are you gonna stop at a reasonable I can sip now moment?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna nurse it. But
Okay, cool.
if nerves get to me again, or I'm put in a words are hard situation where I'm just like, nope, like that,
Sure.
that's just gonna be it.
Cool.
And hoping that don't make a fool of myself. Two, that someone either stops me if need be.
I think you brought the wrong friends for that, but okay.
Yes,
I love the
you
idea.
did.
I love the idea. So yes, you guys, you're enjoying your drinks. You're at a good place. Please continue.
All right. Well, that you took to this a lot faster than I thought you would. Not going to lie, considering your attitude towards this.
It's been a long time since I've been out here.
We're champions.
Apparently.
I
Alright.
don't talk about my past for good reason.
Don't we all?
Past doesn't exist. And I just shrugged.
All right. That's fair. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, there's somebody like 3 seats down over here, and it's like the past is dead, and like there's just like some people like are just anything that gets yelled, they're like, yeah, and
I'm like,
yeah, 100%. There's a big cheer that goes out, and people
Most
sort of,
of them have been drinking since 9 this morning.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Some even earlier.
Morning doesn't exist. It's a construct of your mind. Yeah.
Yep. It's ruled by bronze dragons. Time is weird. All right.
And
So how does your head feel now that you've chugged half? Maybe all of it? I can't tell.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty
Great.
good. Yeah,
Excellent.
it's coming back to me, whether I want it to or not.
All
Okay.
right. Well, how about we start walking around then?
Yeah, sure, it's fine. It's
Okay,
great.
sure.
if it
it's
comes
fine.
back too hard, we'll punch it in the face.
What are we punching?
I don't
Great
know,
plan.
anything.
Anything.
I mean, like,
It's a great plan. It's a great plan. Just, we gotta make sure we don't
I
run
mean,
into too many people.
some of them do
I
run
know.
fighting rings.
No. I think
Every once in a while, there is a fight that breaks out, or they start betting on each other for wrestling.
Master, you want to wrestle?
I mean, if you want to fight somebody, that's the best way to do it. But maybe let your drinks wear off before you start doing anything. And,
I don't know. Are you sure? Because here's the thing.
yeah,
I need information. I don't
I
know
know
if
you
that's
do.
I don't know if this is the best way to get information. I feel like I've already sort of half impressed people, anyways. just for checking that. So,
It's quite easy when they're drunk. Don't worry.
Love
um,
impressing people.
I mean, I could,
If
I don't
we really, really need to impress people, I can help people with some nice, fun paint jobs. on their roofs.
Let's start there. Let's start there. I might need a little bit more something.
Alright, how about this? And he's just gonna, like, reach over and grab someone's probably ignoring their food, just, like, grabs it and puts, like, an iguana stick in your hands. He's just like, just eat that. Get something
Yeah.
else in your stomach.
Good plan. Yeah.
All right.
Last thing you need
Want
is
one?
alcohol poisoning from this stuff. Alright, I'll get you one.
I'll get one. And I walk up to a guy, kiss him on the cheek, and pull it out of his hand.
Absolutely, yeah. As you pull it away, he sort of feigns indignity and then does like a playful sort of at like your exposed midriff. What? I'm hungry.
I go, thank you.
Yeah, and he'll he'll kind of linger at the touch but lets you walk away.
My God, Lynx, how? What am I gonna do with you?
I don't know, but I got food.
It's just I'm gonna take like another bite and like stare at her and just like rip it.
Absolutely.
Alright.
It's great. It's got a little. It's kind of like a spicy sweet, and yeah, it's a little chewier than chicken. So there you go.
I'm just gonna grumble because
This shit is so good.
Lynx is better with people than me.
Oh,
She's gonna be like, fine. Look, I don't do social.
You're
Okay?
doing great. What do you mean?
You say I'm doing fine.
You are. Look at you. You've already impressed so many people.
I guess.
Is this
See?
is this an A and B conversation? I should see my way out.
No, tell her how great she's doing.
Alright. A. I don't know you really. You just hired me for this. Listen, you're doing a good job, right? Don't worry.
Okay, I'll try and believe
just-
you too.
As long as you don't puke on yourself, you'll be fine.
I got the constitution of the best.
See? We're great.
Alright, that's cool. Excellent. Let's see if we can work off some of that alcohol in you.
Great.
And I'll
Let's do
start
it.
taking them around to, like, I'm assuming, like, some people games of some kind.
oh, 100%. Yeah, there's all sorts of things here and around. There are sort of betting games. There are dexterity games like whatever the Cyberpunk version of like a horseshoe toss or something like that is. Yeah, there's some bare knuckle fighting pits. There's all sorts of things that you guys can absolutely get into. As you step out onto the street, there is a massive truck that drives by. On the bed of it is, we're talking like a big like 250 kind of bigger truck. Extended further, you can see where the cab and the axles were stretched out. There's a whole group of people on the back and on the hood of the cab. There's just this massive like rifle turret that is loaded, but like nobody's manning it. Like they're not getting ready to shoot anybody, but it is this scene that kind of scrolls by. As you look around, you can see that there are people at like the show cars. There are people down at the music festival, at the Destruction Derby. There are people. You've been to one of the eating areas. There's others. Which direction? Where would you like to go?
I think I'm gonna, like, drag them towards probably the show cars first.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
and then yeah.
Great. As you guys make your way down around, there's definitely an alley. Like everybody kind of has their best car put up front for it to kind of impress, but there is definitely like a road, right, where this is the show, you know, and there's two different types of cars that are really featured here. There are the Nomad features, which they're bigger, they're like rally cars, and they're much more technically impressive, right? Some of those have very cool paint jobs. Some of them are more just the base, like the desert has stripped the paint off of these things, right? And then on the other side, there are more the street road kind of racing flashy cars, and then just past those, there's like some luxury kind of cars. Those are probably the most modified, and it's kind of a sign of wealth. Not that they bought a luxury vehicle, but that they took a like old Chevelle that's over 100 years old, and I'm gonna say West Coast customed it into, you know, something. It's got a jacuzzi in the back, like, you know what I mean?
One's got a fish tank.
Absolutely, yeah. The doors are fish tanks, you know, bulletproof glass with living fish in the doors, you know. So none of these aren't like luxury vehicles you would see in Night City. They're luxury vehicles because the vehicle themselves are works of art. And they're not intended to go fast or to go over bumpy roads, which the other cars are intended to do. There are people everywhere here, and there are groups of people that are definitely drunk, but there you can tell the real gearheads, the real people that customize vehicles, that care about the aesthetics, that know all of this, that this is the main event for them, right?
Lynx is like really looking at these like cool paint jobs and shit.
There is so there's a couple of them that are absolutely just stunning, and then so definitely metallic flecked pinstripes. One of them has like the old hot rod fire sort of running down the side, but it's a holographic paint, so the flames actually sort of move and dance as you even just staring at it. It's not like it color shifts, like you just watch it as the fire kind of flickers up from the wheel wells and across. One of the hoods has what is essentially like an LED screen is the hood, right? And it's playing just like music videos or you know, anime characters running across. Like it's doing the 1 minute TikTok videos that are just scrolling by.
Looping.
Yeah, not even looping. It's live. It's just new people, just like new shit going up and going around. You know what I mean?
I see one. I'm like, Raster, look at the cat.
I'm just gonna stare and just gasp with no words.
Yeah, the cat touches aluminum and freaks out, and like runs and disappears, goes to the next one. If you've never seen those, watch a video about your cat running into
They're
aluminum.
hilarious.
Yeah. Cats have superpowers, mostly to avoid aluminum.
And
Avoid
cucumbers.
anything unwanted.
Mine love it, unfortunately.
Really?
Toss a cucumber at a cat, though. Watch what happens.
Oh, that's so mean.
Yeah,
It's
because
just like-
they think it's a
it's just-
snake. Yeah.
Yeah,
But still.
sadly.
Should have did that with my zucchinis I had earlier. Damn. I chopped them all up.
Raster is like the drink is wearing off a little bit. Like the buzz is still going, but
Sure.
it's not hitting as hard. She's probably had like like 3/4 of it now.
Okay. Yeah, you're feeling good. You're feeling loose. You got a good buzz on. There are lots of people here. If you want to look for a type of person, somebody that might have the answer for you, somebody that maybe you knew from your past, make sure that they're not here. Somebody that knows about cars, somebody that knows about art. We'll find somebody to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many types of people here that I'm letting you guys decide who and what you want to engage with. If you don't want me to do that, if you want me to just push something, I will. But this is us talking as player and GM because everybody's got a different style to it. So
Yeah.
Lynx is very focused on these cars and their art, and she's being like almost invasive about like looking at it,
okay,
like getting really close and like really looking at it and stuff like that.
yeah, absolutely. So as you're describe the one that you're looking at. What has caught Lynx's attention more than all of these others?
The flames.
Okay.
She's like crouched down, like face very close to it, just looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And as you're crouched down looking at it, just sort of almost nose to face, you see this this long sort of lithe red sand dirt crusted hand just sort of in front of your face touch the car where the fire is, and as they drag across the paint, it sort of does like a rainbow trace up and spreads off of that. And
I just like
yeah.
I'm like a little kid.
And the woman sort of smiles at you. She's like, "You think that's good? Watch this." And she goes to where the top of the car, sort of where it would be the windows, or turn over to the hood, like at that point, and she starts sort of thumping her fingers along there. And at first, it's just sort of like little like starbursts, but she does it for a few seconds, and then it starts wherever she touches, like little raindrops start to fall, and it looks like they're splashing along the edge of the car. And then as the rain and water beads and sheets down the car and it hits the fire, it'll like burst into smoke, and the flames are starting to die back from the corners back towards the wheel well and that sort of thing. You look over, she has a number of cybernetics definitely in her face, and mostly upper, right up in the cranial regions. She's like, "You have no idea how long it took me to program this."
That is sick. I love that.
I'm glad you like it. I love your style. This is
Thank you.
absolutely fantastic.
I like pose for her.
And yeah, she is clearly very enamored. And she's like, it takes a lot of balls not to try to blend in at one of these family gatherings.
Who wants to blend in?
So many people. It's so sad.
Not me.
No, I can tell.
Don't have time for that.
Good.
Spent too long doing that to want to ever do it again.
She just sort of smiles and stares at you for a long moment before turning her attention back to the paint job. So what brings you out? We don't get a lot of I don't know, Night City people and at the family gatherings.
Made a friend. Got invited. I'm
Hey.
good with people.
I bet.
You want some iguana?
You know, I love licking a lizard. Why not?
I hand it to her.
Yeah, she'll thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
I hate you for that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I
That's
love
right.
that one.
That's why we do this show on Saturday nights. You leave me alone long enough, it's gonna
Fuck
happen.
you, Cody.
Oh, Megan would be
Perfection.
proud. Got an unsolicited fuck you, Cody. That is high praise right there. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It is. Oh god.
Oh yeah. She kind of smiles. She doesn't really blush. Like she knows what she did. She's probably also a little drunk, and she kind of peels a piece of lizard off and like jerky chews it a little bit.
I like run my fingers along the car and like go past her, but like brush against her.
Your little boob graze.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
As
Who
I
doesn't?
go past, like
Of course.
very like slow, and I like look at her while I do it.
She'll, with the other hand, sort of put it over yours and kind of lead it, right? And she'll cause it to, like, it's been raining on the car, so she'll like do this rainbow thing. But it's obviously, it's very much the oh, you're doing that wrong. Let me show you how to do that, and I will clearly, I have to be very close behind you in
Like
order
playing
to
pool,
do.
but-
Yes, yeah, the playing pool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The yeah. So
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah, the ghost. Absolutely.
Megan Pottery.
Yep, the pottery, the playing pool. Yeah, 100%. This is, yeah.
I'm like, so, what's your name? Had to do it at least once.
No, please. You're all what you. I never prepare. You guys are gonna do it every time. That's my fault. Rhea. Her name is Rhea.
Man.
Yep. Rhea, as you notice, Rhea is, she's got not quite dreads, but definitely the like plaited Viking braids, thick black hair, jet black.
You love a Raven Queen.
Yeah, and it might be dirt, it might be tan, so she's probably mixed, Latin, Pacific Islander, maybe a little Asian. Again, caked with dirt. That is real difficult to figure out as far as actual skin tone. But so she'll pick you up, you guys out of the crouch, right? And she's talking to you about the car. You guys begin to develop a good rapport. She laughs at all of your jokes, even if
And
you
my
don't
stupid
make them.
jokes.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. And she does ask if you want to do anything, if you're looking for anything. Right, she very much sort of volunteers to host you, to take you around, to help you do or find whatever you are looking for. So, should you ask?
I'm assuming she doesn't look like someone that would know what we want to know.
Because this is where you grew up in an adjacent idea. So why don't you go ahead and make the local expert test, or your home, either one. I think your home is the subsection of local expert. So, because you grew up here, I'll go ahead and let you.
Okay.
While this is all going on, I take a snapshot and send it to Maggot, and I'm like, how is she this good with people?
Maggot
Also-
replies with some sort of like squeal emoji, like joyous squee.
It's also you would love and hate it here. Drunk.
She's proud of you for being drunk. What did you?
I got a 15.
Okay. So the families and the families of the nomads are big, but everybody's involved in some way, right? She may not know the answer, but she'll know who does. That is easy.
Okay.
She.
I don't know her, do I?
No, you don't know this
Okay.
woman. No, you don't know Rhea.
Never. I do now.
Now you do. Well, now you will.
Trying to figure out how to ask this question.
I'm also trying to figure out what Raster is doing in the meantime, because I don't
Is
think that I
Raster
would
just
use...
is Raster just the friend awkwardly standing here watching?
Possibly, and then is like Mags has been in that situation one too many times. But and then
Okay.
just probably just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see what I can go find out.
And I just quick send her a message and I'm like, message me if you need me.
Okay.
You guys are killing it.
Nox is just following behind, making sure the drunk one doesn't get.
Making sure Raster's all right. Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm gonna just kind of continue flirting with Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea will take you around. She shows you some of the other, some of the cars and vehicle things. She does custom work for a lot of the different families and a lot of the different members. She loves art.
I
Loves
tell her
the
about
start.
my art.
Oh yeah, she gets.
I show her pictures and shit.
Oh, she gets super excited, and she immediately wants you to, wants to do one of the cars with you. So or the rocks. Like she's now having that connection with you. Absolutely certain that you need to make art together.
Oh yeah. Definitely want to make art with her.
Don't mind me. I'm just immature.
That was a good one.
That was no. Listen, she starts talking about how much she loves your brush and the form, your use of negative
Don't
space.
put the lady on fire with it.
Yeah, listen, this can go
She
for
likes the way I stroke.
exactly. Yep, 100%, 100%. She can absolutely see your frustration in each of your pieces, and tells that you have so much pent up inside. This can go for a long time. If that's the show, we got 9 minutes. We can call it a night and we can move on. I'm fine with that. Yeah, you are so tense, me. Exactly. Yeah, that's 100% what needs to be discussed. Yep. So, yeah. At some point, if you want, I'll just start doing the longshoreman pickup lines. Like, I'll start making them up if you want, because sure, I can. Max is over here crying off her makeup.
Did it.
Yes, we won.
Perfect.
We won Cyberpunk.
hard.
We won D&D.
Success.
Oh man, absolutely fantastic.
Oh my god. And Raster is gonna wander.
Okay.
But she's gonna wander, clouded judgment, everything. She's gonna wander because she knows, hey, I probably know people here.
Yeah.
They aren't gonna recognize me, which is fine, and that gives me an in, but I know how to push their buttons.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be great.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go wander off. I'm sure Nox is
right there with you.
not far behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nox doesn't want to hang out with me and Rhea.
Listen, it's hot, but someone has to be responsible, and he didn't chug his drink, so
Lynx is anything but.
he's just like, all right, Lynx, you at least are being chaperoned. You have a guide. You, on the other hand, you were the tense one, and now we're going buck wild. Let's make sure you don't die.
Yeah.
Loosey goosey, like me at a Ren fair.
Raster, make me a luck roll. Yeah, so
Just
D10
straight-
plus
straight
your
luck.
plus your luck. Yeah.
Okay. God, I am rolling shit tonight. 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, you wander away from the cars and you head towards where the music festival very much is, and people are dancing, they're driving, they're having a great time. And as you are passing by, you hear over the, like, in a faint echo, because it's being yelled over the music and the cheers and all of that. You think you hear your name being called after you.
I stop, look around a little bit.
You look in the crowd, and there is somebody that is, well, the rest of the attention is paid to the band or to the people immediately around them. There's somebody that is trying to push their way through the crowd and exit that large area. Who, you recognize them?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
Gonna be an old childhood friend.
Okay, great.
Um,
Yeah, tell me their name. Tell me what they look like.
I'm like, hold up. I'm usually good at this on the fly, and I'm like, oh no.
I know you're fake drunk right now, and it's messing
Drunk
with
brain.
you. It's really hitting you hard.
Drunk brain. Oh no. Oh no.
She ends up going, "Hey, you."
Hey,
How you been?
Pinky.
It's been
Pinky,
5,
got it.
7
Pinky is her
years.
name.
okay, absolutely.
Pinky stands about 5'2",
Okay,
little small.
yeah,
Definitely excitable personality. Doesn't take shit from anybody. Will fight anybody if
Yeah.
needed.
yeah.
And hilariously enough, does not have pink hair or wear pink at all. She has bright purple hair and green eyes.
Awesome. Yeah, you recognize her. You see her sort of pushing her way through the crowd, just sort of shoving people back and across. You do recognize immediately that one of her hands has been replaced. It's a good replacement. It looks like a solid cybernetic, but it's not a subtle one, right? It's not super high end. It's not indistinguishable. It has the similar sort of lines and veinings and things like that. And she just is a ball of thunderous excitement. And she comes running full speed at you, just yelling, I knew it was you, and like leap leap hugs onto you. Even if like she's ready to fall down, she's on board. So she just goes thunder glomping at you. What are you doing here? I didn't think you'd ever be back in the desert.
Pinky?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, how the fuck did you know it was me? Like,
I don't know. You looked you looked mad and sour and really annoyed.
all that. I mean, I guess that tracks.
Nobody else looks that annoyed all the time.
She knows you.
I mean, it definitely means that despite all of this,
No, you look
can.
great. I mean, you don't look like you. You don't look like the you I know, but I know you.
Fair enough. Yeah. You know, out here, sort of on a job. Like, she's gonna be vague, but sort of tell her because it's just her childhood friend. She can trust her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, out here on a job. It's for work. Figured I'd for old time's sake, hold up the mostly empty pitcher.
She's like, oh no, oh man, yeah, I remember 100%. Absolutely, and she kind of cups your face, knowing now that you're drunk, and she's like, yeah, you're doing so good.
I do it. That's, you know me.
I do.
I mean, I still got it.
And she does take a moment, kind of steps back and like does look you up and down. It is the first time you realize that to her, you look different. It's it didn't click to her, right? And you do. You look very different than most of the people here. You're not in the desert Mad Max fashion, right? You absolutely stand out because of that, and you don't look the way you did when you were growing up in a reclaiming city, and she immediately, you realize, just zeroed in on the unchanged parts of it, and part of even if Raster doesn't believe in this sort of thing, Pinky is 100% a sort of esoteric, reads your aura and the stars and the tarot cards and knows your charts and has runes, and like that is her. And so if you had asked her, she just sees you, right? But you're realizing at this moment that she is like, oh shit, yeah, you look way different. Is in that moment. She's like, I know you're on the job, but do you have time to dance? And she just starts dragging you towards the music. Yeah. There's no the question was a courtesy at best, right? Yeah. So are you gonna try to resist her, or are you good going into there?
I mean, it's a strong, tiny person dragging a gangly, tall person. So imagine how that's going to go. It's not going to go well.
Yeah, that low center of gravity will get you every time. So yeah, you're being dragged into the festival music pit. Nox, you're seeing this. You're watching. Make me a perception check.
Yes.
It'll be a small, like, help me.
Perception.
It's under awareness skills.
Yeah, I was just like, I just saw this.
So
19.
hard.
19.
So many.
Absolutely. So, as you're looking around, you can tell that at least Pinky and Raster, and her cozy assault, as it was dubbed, have begun to catch the attention of some of the caravan leaders, or at the very least their seconds, their lieutenants. This is also the opportunity for the leadership not only to meet and go over things, but also for them to relax. But there's always sort of one or two people that are sober enough that if there is a problem, that they will handle it. They don't seem like alerted. They don't seem like on guard. But there's definitely a sense of, oh, people are paying attention to us now, or at least to her, to them, right?
Does it seem to be a hostile attention, or is it like an what the heck is that attention?
A little more like the second one at this point. A cautious moment of, who is that? Who are they? They don't blend in, right?
Yeah.
So you see them. They're kind of off on the side near one of the say like open, like it's an open bar that's facing kind of the stage, and they're sitting on the stools at it, and you can see definitely one or two of them are looking in that direction, and they're kind of talking back and forth.
Do they look like they're from the same family, or no?
They do, yes. The two of them do. Yeah, if you want to roll local expert to identify them.
14.
14. Okay. Yeah. So they are they're from one of the nomad families that is from further north in California. They don't usually, you're kind of in Southern California, mid to Southern California. These people are they do more business up in like Oregon, right? And it's the Red Trail family, and you can tell one of their distinct things is all of their jackets, all of their vests have a very like distinct one red racing stripe on it, right? And usually kind of where it's put, you distinguishes their status within the family. And the ones that you can see from the front are higher ranking, right? And you're not an expert on them, but you can definitely see two racing stripes on each of them, so that they're at least some form of leadership. There's not a lot of these people here at the gathering. Besides these two, maybe 6 more somewhere around here. Like, you've seen a couple. Right. But they're definitely more guests than they are power players, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're here to make an appearance, but that's it. They're not actually doing anything. Like,
yeah, they're here to make an appearance. They're here to hold up relations. They might be down here on a job. Just sort of nomad culture. If they didn't have something to run, to transport, to do anything with, Red Stripes, especially coming that far,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have come here if there wasn't either a money-making opportunity or like a business reason. So either they're doing like big business with the families, or they were here for another reason and just happened to catch the gathering, right?
Locking in on them. Can I try to find within the area, but not leaving too far, one of their members that are probably drunk?
One of them,
Maybe a little loose-lipped. One of the retro guys.
yeah, sure. Make me another perception check, because you're now looking for something specific.
9. That's going to be a 14.
14. Okay, yeah. You think you spot one in the music crowd, maybe 20 feet from where Pinky has begun forcing Raster to dance, and a little deeper in, you can see their vest. Their stripe is right down the spine, right?
Yeah.
And so they're a newer member. They're just partying. They're just having a good time. That's where you see them.
Alright, I'll try and approach them first.
Okay. Yeah. Are you just gonna like push your way through? Or are you trying to be subtle?
Nah. A little bit of column A, column B. So, like, if I have to push my way through without being subtle, so be it. If it's, like, a mosh, but he'll try to be subtle.
Okay. Make me a dance check.
Oh, God.
The entirety of my gaming life and experience has led to this moment. To the moment of dance.
Dance check.
Dance
God,
check.
that's abnormally high for me. Why is that high?
Because you have
Because you're a good dancer.
really high dex.
That's a 16.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're a dancing god.
Yeah, man, you're grooving. You are chill. You are having to fight people off from stopping you because you dance so well, right? You do great. You make your way over there. No undue attention. No problems. Do you try to catch Raster, or are you just letting them have their pinky party?
Because I've been in a couple dances before where me and a couple of buddies have done this to like kind of like separate people from other people.
And
And it's kind of like not be a wall, but
Sure.
to like guide a flow.
Sure.
So we like guide that, kind of like guide the both of them towards where he's going in a way.
Okay.
But not enough to make it advertent, and also just to be like, all right, you're closer, so I can get a hold of you if something bad happens.
Yeah. Easy. Done. 16. More than enough. Yeah. So you get them. How far away? 5 feet? 10 feet? I think any further than that, it's ineffective. So.
Yeah, it's gonna keep him within the probably 10 feet of me,
Great.
just to make like it not
Yeah.
be like, hey, all right.
No, yeah, you're easy enough for you to see them. You know, might have a person or two to just kind of move if you needed to grab them. Right.
Yeah.
Good enough position. The guy has no idea. He's not a great dancer. He's kind of on the edge of where like the dancing is, and as far as I understand, at concerts there's 3 people. There's people that are screaming, people that really want to see things, and people that are dancing. So he really wants to. He's on the edge where the screaming is. He's at the screamer station, as it were. So yeah, you know, he's every drum break, every get drum fill, guitar solo. He's wooing. And if anybody remembered it, he'd be the guy yelling for Freebird. Like,
Freeman! No, never.
oh yeah.
While dancing, I'm gonna like kind of like twist up and like underhook arm
Okay.
and pull him into a dance.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, make me a how about a brawl check?
Just hearing Linda Belcher, make him say yes with your body.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Linda's
Alright, my
icon.
brawl is
Yeah, she
God,
is.
ungodly high. So even though I rolled a 3, it's plus 13, so this is 16 brawl.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, he's caught off guard, right? So it wasn't going to be real hard to put him wherever you really wanted him. But as soon as you get him there, like he's a little he's drunk enough to be real confused, right? And he's kind of like, oh, we're dancing. Oh, I'm not a good dancer, but it doesn't stop him.
I'm guiding him.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fine.
and he's like he probably steps on your feet every other step, but not in
Still
like
no
a
boots, it's fine.
yeah no, and he's not like
Right.
stomping, but he's just like oh yeah okay, yeah he's not blackout brownout, but he's drunk enough to just sort of be like sure yeah let's go daddy lead me where are we going what are we doing.
How are you doing on this night?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Been loving the band. It's it's a great gathering. They're really hot down here.
Yes, there are a lot of hot people here.
Yeah.
You included.
Oh yeah. You can tell he's like he's with you. He's trying to be clever, like he's trying to think of something clever to like retort. And then as he's like, "You're hot too.
Thanks, doll.
Hot. Ooh.
Listen, sugar. I needed a partner. I've been left alone tonight, and I feel a little empty.
Uh huh.
Would you dance with me for a bit?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. He's trying to dance. Here. I'll give him a dance check because I have that stat. Why not? It's the dumbest thing ever, but we have it. Oh, he's awful. He's real bad, but he's happy to do it. He got a natural
Fuck yes.
3, so even if he's a good driver, right? He's maybe getting a 10, maybe on the high end, probably closer to like an 8 or a 9, to be real honest. But he's there. He's into it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, his friend. There is another one present. He has a friend, who's probably just as drunk, that notices, sees it, and then sort of just chills out. Like he doesn't recognize it as being a threat, being dangerous, or anything along those lines. So you're gonna hang out and dance for a bit.
Dance with him for a couple of minutes, and then go. So, what are you doing here? I don't. Often.
You cut out, but I think I know
Oh.
the
Sorry.
majority. No, you're all right. It happens. The majority of what you said. He muddles through a bit of an explanation. A little hard to hear, loud music and all of that. He even in his drunk state, you get two things. One, they moved some stuff down from the north, and later next week they have a meeting in Night City before they head back north.
Who you meeting with?
He doesn't know. Roll me an interrogation check.
Alright.
Or persuasion. I'll take either. Persuasion is probably better.
Yeah. 16 total.
Okay. You've got a real good sort of feeling as far as what he does and doesn't know. It definitely seems like he trusts you. There's no great if he knew, he would probably say. So you've done at least a fair job in that respect. We're gonna bot back over to Lynx. What? Oh, I think Mag's headset died. Oh no, they're back. Okay, great. Lynx, what trouble are you getting into?
Me and Rhea have convinced a random person to let us paint their car.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Do me a favor. Roll me a D4.
Oh. Let me find it. My 10 billion dice I have in front of me.
I know. I also picked one of the dice that aren't common for this system, but
Yeah, I didn't have it pulled out. 2.
a 2. Yeah, okay. So you and Rhea go around, actually just up kind of the way from where those cars are, where it was one of the rally cars that we were talking about. There's this. I think it's sort of like a crossover vehicle. Kind of got a hatchback, got the full roll cage, huge tires, actual spare tire on the back. The doors sort of open and then slide up in this kind of. They're meant to be open in like very narrow parking and spacing, which is very interesting, very cool. They are one of the member of the Jackal family, and the owner of the car is Rhea. Knows him. They, is immediately. They're clearly very. They're friends. And the guy there is very kind of wiry, thin, lithe muscles, vest and pants, with a lot of frill fringe, off of them, because why not? And he is sober. He is also, you can tell from the vehicle, a very good driver, and so he's talking with you guys about what he would like. He's like, I just really want something that's gonna. I want it to stand out, but I also want it to be able to have a real desert theme, real desert vibe. You know what I mean? Something in the browns and the blacks, kind of we can get like some jackal spotting on there maybe, but then I want to leave that color, because this is like, you've got a lot happening here, and it's really cool, and that's sort of the description neighborhood that he is going in. But you absolutely recognize that this guy probably has a chunk of information if you wanted to press him for it.
Yeah, I guess like I'll kind of like tag team doing the art with Rhea.
Okay. Yeah.
And while she's doing it, I'm gonna ask him if like, oh, do you like run stuff into Night City a lot, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me a persuasion check. Or conversation.
Persuasion is better.
Great, let's go with that.
17.
Okay. Okay. He is talking with you ask him. He sort of looks you up and down for a few minutes, and you can tell that there's a hesitation, definitely a caution there. But Yeah, I've made a few runs into Night City. Mostly, my rig is better for quick, short trips, short bursts. We have a little way station. Usually, we transfer stuff over into city vehicles, city movers. That sort of thing. He'll kick one of the tires, which are very much like off-road tires. Not the best in Night City roads, but yeah, I've run some stuff in there. Is there anything in particular you're looking to get?
I mean, if you have any connects with anyone that deals with maybe like Militech or something.
Make another persuasion check.
Ooh, that was even bad. 21.
Ooh. You talking about Militech, anytime, especially a big corporation like that, comes up, is especially out here, this is where the free people live. This is where the people that aren't under the corporate thumb hang out, right? He hears it, he kind of looks you up and down. He definitely, like spits on the ground, kind of. Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple of Militech jobs. They're not exactly my bread and butter, but they've been looking to move a couple more things lately. Yeah, mostly who you want to talk to though is, and he'll look down the road, and down near one of the luxury cars, the fish car. Why not?
Okay.
He without pointing, sort of looks over there, and he'll kind of motion, and then just as you turn to look, he looks away. He looks in the opposite direction. The guy down there by the fish car, this guy by the name of Jacoby. He's done a lot of big rig jobs with a lot of the corpos, stuff that they don't want coming in an official, ledgers. But he is, and he kind of is fiddling with like a part or a piece. He kind of looks up and looks around, seeing who's there. He's a real piece of shit. Just fucked up. But, he makes money for the family. So, besides, not really up to me.
Well. Ooh. Do you think he's willing to chat? Or do I gotta maybe give him a couple of drinks?
He thinks about it for a second, and you could get him to talk, as he definitely eyeballs you to indicate the idea. But his reputation, I wouldn't put a drink in him.
Gotcha. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna grab a drink. Let me know when.
Let me get back to making your car beautiful.
Yeah, and he does sort of walk away, not with like a purpose, but definitely just trying to escape this discomfort, right? Yeah. Raster, make me a dance check.
Gotta pick which dice I'm gonna use for that. I feel like I've been rolling terrible all night. Oh wait. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's like, oh crap, it's terrible.
Oh, is it the
17?
Is it the 10?
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, it is a 10.
So you get to roll. You get to roll again and add on.
So 17 plus 6, that's a 23.
Raster, how do you want to dance? What is Raster's dancing style? Because you have clearly mastered it. So you tell me how this goes. With a 23, yeah, if you want to do some dance fighting like in Jumanji, if you're a breaker, if you're a twerker, if you just get like, if you got the jive, like the shuffle dancers, right?
He's doing super good interpretive dance.
Super good interpretive dance.
I
Yeah.
feel like it should be.
Like
I feel like
with
it
the
should
light
be,
whip festival dancers, you know, whatever.
I mean, I feel like some of it should be Burning Man, but I feel like this start so people don't realize how good it's gonna be. It's gonna be like the guy in the black jumpsuit with the pumpkin head.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then just grab whoever's like lights and stuff and just be like, okay, cool, we're gonna spin some poi now. We're gonna be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And people have given you enough space for it to be. This is part of the show now. 100%. This is absolutely part of the
If
show.
you're drunk, it's fine.
Yeah.
She
It's
just, like,
fine.
she shut her brain off. She's like, all right.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to dance, right? Just want to throw your shoes in the middle and dance. That's what I know.
It's not like she has a lot of long hair, but so she can just let down her hair.
Right. No, this is, yeah, absolutely. This is it.
Send point of view videos to the three of them. Just
Good. Yeah.
It looks insane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a full on just like light trip drunk vision of like tracing blurs.
knowing where we're going.
Yeah. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, you are killing it out on the dance floor, for pretty much as long as you want. What are you up to, Nox?
Well, after extracting as much information out of the drunk man as I can,
Sure.
would just casually, like, kind of like, probably spin them at some point and send them into someone who's just as equally drunk and won't notice that they're now dancing with somebody else than they had previously.
Sure. Good. You extricate yourself from that situation, and you look over, and Raster has begun the light show, as the sun has now set, to an extent that this is very, very, EDC, Burning Man, whatever it may be, but it is all lit up.
I will try to clock the ones that were staring at them previously. Are they still in the same spot, or have they moved?
Yeah, you make a perception check.
Perception is not. So that's a 10 flat.
You can't see them between the crowd, the lights going down, and just everything that's happening around you. You look back towards the bar. You can't quite make out if they're there. They might be, but from where you're at, you can't tell.
All right. Gonna remove myself to the edges again.
Okay.
I can just become vigil again, just stare and wait,
Okay.
keep an eye out.
Yeah. The band on stage has changed, and there are sort of these massive gouts of flame that are sort of erupting out of the structure around the stage in different ways, different moments. Then that's the best sort of illumination that you're catching, unless you have cyber eyes that.
Nope, I have very minimal cyber augmentations.
There you go. So, who would like to do something? And if so, what? Go for it.
After we finish painting the car, I'm gonna drag Rio over to the dance floor.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You guys don't quite. You don't quite finish it, but you get a good chunk of the way through. When the sun goes down, there's not enough light for you guys to effectively paint. Right? There's a lot of people lit up, and there's the fire gouts and stuff like that. But you knew you weren't going to finish it in one day unless it was just one. And then you guys did it for what, like an hour maybe, So yeah, she's with you. She goes to dance. I think we know what we need. We need a dance check. This has to be. Everybody has to make a dance check today.
Everybody has to make a dance check. What the hell is dance? There it is. Should be the only one that fails.
Under body skills.
14.
Make them say yes with your body.
Can say yes. I think I already made her say yes.
You did. You 100% did. Yes. So she is a little bit of a better dancer than you, but she never abandons you, or there's never that moment of you watch me dance and I do this really cool thing. She dances literally with you. It's very, very close, very intimate, even surrounded by people. And while the sun has gone down, you are out in the desert and the temperature begins to drop. You are just surrounded by the heat of bodies and people. Actually, each of you, right? And even as the cool bursts of air that you're getting from the dropping temperature hits your skin, the sweat has sort of immediately begun to evaporate, and it leaves these kind of stinging, tingling, pinprick-like sensations all over your skin. I think that is where we're going to end for today. We're going to be back next week. Mags can jump in with us. Knox, we'll see if we can hopefully have you back if you're available. But we will see what happens in the second half of our trip to the family gathering of the nomads next week, because I think we've all had a very nice, happy good time, and if we keep going, it's going to be less so. So let's end on a high note this week.
Shot
Yeah. Yeah.
Amtrak has Wi-Fi.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
right.
think they do.
They should.
Well, that's right. They don't. We can flash forward. We can flash
They don't?
back.
Hey,
Yeah.
all good.
I am an adept storyteller, and we will get there. If you are unavailable, we'll figure it all out. But
Sweet.
this was a good day. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. You party into the night, and it is a wonderful good time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We are going to see you all next time. But until then, be cool.